Yo, what's up, peoples? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? This is Austin. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see the shirt? Y'all see the shirt? I had a lot of compliments off the shirt. You know what I'm saying? I said, hey man, cool shirt. I like your shirt, man. One of my favorite video games growing up. I said, mine's too, man. This game was my childhood. This cover was everything. I had so many compliments on the show at the theaters, but and then I had like this little, poster, this little movie poster right here, looked nice and everything. I thought it looked nice. Spider-Man Brand New Day, bruh. Spider-Man Brand New Day. I loved it. I loved it. It was like 2 hours and 20 some minutes. You know what I'm saying? I loved every bit of it. It had a much more mature, dark, gritty. You know, the story was pretty mature, dark, gritty, and I liked it that. I liked it that they put that element into the Spider-Man and into the Spider-Man story. You know what I'm saying? Him all alone, him becoming his own man, him becoming more independent. This is the Spider-Man that I wanted. This is the Spider-Man that I wanted. I liked his friends from his two friends, the girlfriend MJ and Ned. They was cool, but this was the Spider-Man that I wanted. That I wanted from day one, from Homecoming. This was the Spider-Man that I wanted. Him being all alone, him being his own man. This the Spider-Man that I liked, that I wanted. You know what I'm saying? Um, Uh, I like the web slinging. I've always loved his like the web slinging action. I love it. The web slinging action, the web slinging him swinging through the city. It put a smile on my face. It made me feel good. Seeing him swinging through the city. You know what I'm saying? It just felt good. You know what I'm saying? Um, what else? They show quick shots of villains, shots that you've seen in the trailers. You know, Tarantula, or Boomerang. It's pretty much shots that you've seen in the trailers, and it's the same shots. So it's like it's really. I was hoping we could have seen more of Tarantula and Boomerang, but we didn't. It's the same shots from the trailers, which it was pretty much like showing us a quick glimpse of how he was doing, of what it was like of him being alone fighting as Spider-Man, fighting all sorts of villains and stuff. They show quick shots of villains, and there was one particular villain which they didn't show in the trailers. I was happy to see him, but it was just a quick like scene. But it was good to see this villain for the first time on the big screen. It was good to see him, but it was just a quick scene. That was about it. And he was like hanging Spider-Man on top of a building and everything, and then eventually Spider-Man welded him up to a wall. But it was good to see that villain for the first time on the big screen. He wore like a suit, a tan suit, you know what I'm saying? High top fade. Y'all might know what I'm talking about. But anyway, uh, um, who else? Scorpion. I like the Scorpion in this movie. Scorpion, the guy who played Scorpion, he was pretty cool. I like the fight scenes with him and Spider Man. I like the action. Um, I like the tail that he was using. The tail was pretty cool and everything. His action scene was pretty cool, and I like how he was using his tail against Spider Man. His tail. Now, and that was just about it. Like he had like like a horn, like a spike at the end of his tail, but he really didn't get to use it because Scorpion, when it comes to like his spike, it had like venom. He was like some sort of like poison venom in the tip of his tail, and it kind of like gives Spider-Man's like hallucinations. They didn't really put that. They really didn't have that in the movie. Just him, beating Spider-Man up with a tail. That's pretty much it. But I wish they could have like had that. But that's just me though. And he would like like squirt poison out the tip of his tail. They didn't like put that in there. I wish they could have. And him in his prisoner uniform, which that was kind of shocked me because knowing in the comics he was always stuck with that suit, and that kind of like made him depressed how he was stuck in that suit forever. And you know I was surprised he was out of that suit and then put the suit back on, what I'm saying? So it was cool to see Scorpion, a villain, another villain that we don't see on the big screen. I'm happy to see him on the big screen. I like that. I like that we seeing these villains on the big screen. I like it. I love it. Um, who else? Who else they showed? Punisher. I really like the dialogue between Spider-Man and the Punisher, the arguing, the bickering back and forth. I love it, kind of like brother and like big brother and little brother. I like the dialogue between Spider-Man and Daredevil. I love it. I love it. I really like Daredevil. He had a pretty good showing. A good display of his scenes. The gun shootings and stuff like that. He didn't kill no one. Because that goes against Spider-Man's rule. Don't kill no one. So it was good. He had a lot of funny scenes too. He had a lot of funny scenes. The stuff he said and that sort of thing. So just the dialogue I really liked. Um Hulk. Hulk. It was a good display of Dr. Banner and Hulk, him turning into the Hulk. And 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 I remember that like everybody in the room gave the Hulk a big applause in his big scene fighting battling Spider-Man. I really liked everybody gave him a big applause, and it was just one line. uh I'm not going to mention the character that he mentioned, but no blank, no Banner, just Hulk. And it was a big applause, bro. It was a big applause. And it was dope, what I'm saying? Him chasing down Spider-Man. It like that the whole sequence was so dope. It was a like Hulk was Hulk in this movie. Hulk was Hulk. Everything that you liked about Hulk, the smash, Hulk was Hulk, and that and this scene that he was in, this whole sequence, Hulk was Hulk. Like I loved it. I loved it. It was one like he was like I'm not even gonna go into details, but Hulk was Hulk, and it's one particular character. It's a female character. She's been rumored, and she's been rumored a lot in this film, and it is true. She's in the film. I'm not gonna go into details, but she's in the film, and people clapped it up when they saw the name and everything. But yeah, she had a good showing, showing her abilities and stuff. She wasn't strong at first with her abilities, but eventually, over time, throughout the movie, she eventually became stronger with her powers and everything. She had a good showing. I'm not gonna say the name, but if you know, you know. Once you go see it, um, and I like the message behind the movie. You know what I'm saying? Um, you're never alone. Um, you're never alone. It's people who will love you, and is that sort of message that that kind of hit. And it was a good message throughout the movie and everything. And if you remember from No Way Home, MJ and the other friend Ned, they don't remember Peter anymore, and that sort of thing. And he trying to speak and regain their memory back and everything. I think that's pretty much his goal and everything. But I don't know if they'll ever get their memory back. I don't know. They might, but I don't know. But if you ask me, I might sound like a jerk, but I hope they don't get their memory back, because I want this Spider-Man to be his own man. I want this Spider-Man to be alone, because that's what I want. This Spider-Man fighting alone. That's the Spider-Man that I want. He don't need no sidekicks. He don't need no supports. That's just me though. That's just me though. Him him working alone, him doing his own thing. That's the Spider-Man that I want. That's the Spider-Man that I want, and I happy that I got to see that in this movie. And I like the Ninja Clan. I like the Ninja Clan, the Hand. They was pretty cool. They had some cool scenes. They had some pretty cool scenes and everything. The sword fight, the swords, the ninja stars, them throwing the ninja stars, all that was pretty cool and everything. And it was one where they all like jumped, and there's one clan member kind of like used them as stairs as they all jumped. It was pretty cool. Between the Hand versus Spider Man, it was pretty cool, and it was. And I know Spider Man made like a quick, like a little reference of No Way Home, mentioning some other Spider Man with the newly found abilities that he has. You know what I'm saying? The newly found abilities that he has. He made a small reference of another of one of the other Spider-Men from No Way Home. I'm not gonna tell you which one, but uh, yeah, man. This movie was fun to watch. I might go watch it again for a second time. I loved it so much. I might want to go back and watch it again. You know what I'm saying? I did not get bored at all. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm a Spider-Man fan. You see the shirt. I got all types of comics, Spider-Man shirts. I done played all the Spider-Man video games. I didn't shit, man. I did not get bored at all. You know what I'm saying? And what else I wanted to say? Oh, there's only one post-credit scene. Um, one post-credit scene, and it's like you have to wait till all the credits go, till all the credits are gone. Wait till all the credits and then they'll show the one last post credit scene, one last scene, and it's like something that tracks down. I'm not even gonna say it. 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 But once you see the movie and then you see it, you'll understand what it is. And yeah, I think it's a reference of one of the franchises. I think it's a reference of one of other movie franchises. The post credit scene. That's what I think. I think it's a reference to yeah. um, but yeah, and I remember like it kept like and like the whole everybody in the room was like I wonder what that could be, and people started assuming what it could be and everything. It just kept people guessing, but I think it's a reference to another known franchise. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, just one post credit scene. Just wait till all the credits go out, and then boom, that one credit, one scene, and then you can just walk out. There's no mid scene. There's no mid credit like in between the credits. Just one scene after all the credits go out. Just one scene, and yeah, man, I would give this movie 8 out of 10. I would give this movie 8 out of 10. This could be a $1 billion movie, if not close to it. Probably like 900 million. But I'm pretty positive that this could be like $1 billion movie. Yeah, because the showing that I was in, it was sold out, and I peeped through my movie app, the theater app, the theater app, and I looked at all the showings. Every single last one was like sold out. The theater where I saw it at, I looked at all the showings for today and the showings for tomorrow, Friday, and the next day, Saturday. Like the showings, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. All that shit is sold out. So this is a good big weekend for the Spider-Man Brand New Day, and I'm happy for it. As a Spider-Man fan, I'm happy for this movie, and I'm pretty sure it might make $1 billion or close to it. So yeah, 8 out of 10. As far as the Tom Holland's franchise, I love Far From Home with Mysterio. I love that movie a lot, and No Way Home. Those are like the two best that I like from his whole franchise. His whole like this whole franchise, Far From Home and No Way Home, with the three Spider-Man. I like the three Spider-Man. Just seeing Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield and in No Way Home. I have that. I just love that movie a lot. But yeah, Far From Home and No Way Home are my two favorites out of the out of this 4 movie franchise. And Tom Holland is like the only Spider-Man that got the 4 movies in his franchise as Spider-Man. I wish it could have been Tobey Maguire. I wish it could have been him. But but yeah, Far From Home and No Way Home are like my two favorites in his franchise. Okay, that's a lot I wanted to get out my chest. Y'all go out and see this movie. If you're a Spider-Man fan, take your ass to this movie. Go see it. You'll love it. If you got kids, take your kids to the movie. If you're a Marvel fan, go see it. Spider-Man fan, take your ass to the movies and see it. This was great Spider-Man storytelling. I really enjoyed myself watching this movie. So yeah. So yeah, this has been an incredible year for Spider-Man and Marvel in general. Spider-Man, you got the Spider-Noir show on Amazon Prime. You got an animated series of Spider-Man, and sometime in what September, August, September, one of those months is a Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man series. Spider Noir show on Amazon Prime. What else? And hopefully we might see a Spider-Man in Avengers Doomsday in December. What else? And then we got the Spider-Verse movie, Beyond the Spider-Verse, in next year. What else? You got Marvel. You got the Marvel Tokon fighting game in August. You got the Wolverine game in September 15th. The video game, the Wolverine game. What else? Uh, Marvel Rivals. That's hot and popping right now. The game been out for like a year or two. That game is hot and popping. So this is a hell of a year for Marvel. And what else? It's so much that I could say. This is just an incredible year for Marvel and Spider-Man in general, and Spider-Man in particular. So much. But anyway, y'all, take care. Love y'all. Have a good one. Spider-Man. Who am I? I'm Spider-Man.